Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen, the channel that brings you your team every single day. And if you want your daily Rangers update, then hit that sub, ring that notification and come and join. The channel is by the fans for the fans. Obviously, we appreciate all you do to support the channel, how you join the channel for as little as 99p. Join button is down below. The super thanks, the super chats, all those things that you do, guys, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for all your support. Okay, so let's have a little look at a couple of stories that are out today. Obviously, earlier on, we did a live here on the channel with the release of the Scottish Premiership fixtures for the 2023-2024 season. Rangers start away at Kilmarnock, which, could have its difficulties, I suppose. Plastic pitch. McInnes is about to have them fired up. Never an easy pitch to play on that horrible plastic surface, unpredictable bounces, injuries, etc., etc. Your leg, your foot can get trapped in those horrible turf, and you can do your knee very easily. Obviously, first home game of the season is against Livy before an away trip to Ross County with the first Old Firm game. Yes, and that's the game you've all been looking out for on the Sunday, the 30th of September at home at Ibrox. A great start there to the Old Firm rivalry. And I think especially, if you consider the fact that, to be honest with you, I think the league is going to come down to the Old Firm games this season and who wins and who gets the most points from that due to the overall weak standard of the league. I think you'll find again that a team that finishes third will be some 20, 25, 30 points behind whoever in the Old Firm finishes second this season. Hopefully that lot from across the city. Let's have confidence. It will be that lot from across the city. Obviously, the big other one is the December fixture, the 30th, the day before New Year's Eve against Celtic at Parkhead. And of the three first Old Firm games, two of them are at Ibrox. But I know a lot of you are thinking, how do these fixtures fit in with the UEFA Champions League qualifiers? Well, this is a graphic I found earlier. And this is how it looks. So the first game is the 5th of August, as we know, away at Killy. And then the third qualifying round, first leg tie takes place 3 days or 4 days later, depending on when your tie is, on the 8th or 9th of August. We then obviously come back to league fixtures on the 12th of August against Livingston at home. Then on the 15th of August, it is the third round, second leg tie. So a pretty hectic start to the season for Rangers with 4 games in the space of 10 days. The team have really got to hit the ground running. I think there will be a need for some squad rotation. And that's why I think as well, Michael Beale is bringing in so many new faces this summer, as well as the need, obviously, to do that. If Rangers are to progress, and I hope they will from the third round, there's no reason why they shouldn't, given that the fact that the teams we go up against are not of the highest European quality. Not that I'm saying that we should be complacent by any stretch of the imagination. Then on the 22nd to the 23rd of August, the Champions League playoff first leg will take place. The 26th is the Ross County game away. Before the Celtic game on the 3rd of September, there is the Champions League playoff second leg game. Now, obviously, if that's away, it could involve travelling. I think it's going to probably be Holland or France we have to travel to, so no horrible journeys to Eastern Europe, but still travelling nonetheless. So before Rangers play Celtic in the first Old Firm game on the 3rd of September, they will have played a Champions League playoff game. You look at that there, you look at the fact that Rangers will have played 7 games before they get to play Celtic at home on the 3rd of September. So a very intense schedule to start the season off for the club. I hope that we get through those qualifiers. I think there's no reason why we shouldn't. If we play to our true potential and these players really bed in as we hope they're going to do, there is no reason why Rangers cannot get into the Champions League group stages. And I think it's imperative that we do. Not only because of the finances and bringing in the extra money, but also because of the need, obviously, for the prestige as well of playing in Europe's top competition. And the fact that next season it is going to be a very different prospect. The Champions League being changed out of all recognition by UEFA. Okay, so let's move it along a little bit away from fixtures. Obviously, I know it has been fixture release day. That's the big news today, huge news today. One last look at those fixtures. Obviously, April is the split. May, obviously, the other split fixtures. Whoever we get in those split fixtures, it may go the other way, I think, this year, where there'll be 2 at home, 3 away. I think, in this this backup in this post-split era. Okay, so let's talk about that man whose transfer has seemingly rumbled on throughout the summer. And no, we are not talking about Searle Dessers. We're talking about Jose Cifuentes. So Jose Cifuentes, the LAFC midfielder, has long been linked with a move to Rangers this summer. There seems to have been an ongoing, off-going thing where he's coming and then it gets slowed down and we don't know when he's coming, and then it's sort of he'll be signing this week, then he doesn't, and then it gets pushed back another week. And you know, Rangers have been busy, let's face it, they have been busy. They've brought in 5 new faces. It is an intense period of time, and I don't think, you know, there's any reason to get panicked, get worked up about it. Yes, the players do report back to Ocken today, but the 1st of July is the kind of key date when those pre-contracts can come into effect. Cifuentes has only 6 months remaining on his contract. Obviously, it runs out in December, and there is obviously a part of the, you know, part of the fan base and some others think that maybe we should just let his contract run down and get him for nothing in January. However, there's obviously the worry then that a club, a Premier League club, apparently Brighton were reportedly a little bit interested in him, could come in and steal him from under our noses. So it does look like Rangers will have to push ahead with this Cifuentes deal. And we do need, I think, in my opinion, to bring Cifuentes in. I think if we had Cifuentes, Jack, Raskin in midfield with Cantwell playing in front of them, I think that would be a phenomenal midfield that could do a lot of damage this season. But I think patience will need to be the key word when it comes to Cifuentes. According to Chris Jack, who is a well-known Rangers reporter, someone who, when he writes, it's pretty accurate, isn't he? He tends to be in the know, doesn't he? He tends to know what is going on. He's kind of said that, you know, writing in the Herald this morning, that it's kind of when, not if he joins. That's what his exact words were, when, not if. So it does look like Cifuentes will be arriving soon. You know, when, there's no exact timescale on it. I think, you know, you're probably looking at after the 1st of July, given all the stories, all the rumours coming out of the club and coming out of MLS as well. I think the likelihood is after the 1st of July, we could see Cifuentes sign on the dotted line for the club. I would welcome him. He's a quality player. He's a player who can go box to box. He's got a good passing range. He's good in the tackle. He's kind of your all-round midfielder, your number 8 rather than a number 6. And I think someone who would complement Nicholas Raskin absolutely perfectly in this league. In what, you know, let's face it, is going to be a tough season with obviously a full range of Scottish Premier League fixtures, the Scottish Cup, the Scottish League Cup, and hopefully Champions League football, and maybe even Europa League if we don't progress from the Champions League group stages, which obviously is tough, I know, given the quality of teams in the Champions League. Well, let me know what you think down below in the comments of the Champions League fixtures, of the fixtures, also of the Jose Cifuentes news. Like I said, it's probably going to be when, not if. It's likely to be after the 1st of July, so we're probably looking at next week that he puts pen to paper and finally becomes a Rangers player. Thank goodness then that saga of the Cifuentes deal will be over. Thank you for joining Glasgow Rangers Nation with this just short video. If you've enjoyed the content, please hit that sub, ring that notification bell as we continue to build this channel to show that Rangers are one of the most massive clubs in world football. And I need you to do one thing for me. Remember something for me. We are the people.